Welcome to another episode of The Unfinished Nation, where we talk about our nation that is unfinished. Today, we'll be talking about the Battle of the Sexes, which is a tennis match that occurred in 1973 between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs.
35 years ago, Billie Jean King led the fight for the bit of gender equality at the Open of 1973. It was a big year for tennis. 1973 also saw the tennis match billed as Battle of the Sexes, where Billie Jean King faced Bobby Riggs. A flamboyant one-time tennis star, Bobby Riggs challenged King with the taunt that men were simply the superior athletes.
I don't think there's any way I can lose this match. I have the masculine advantage. Look at this. Billie Jean King is coming into this match with some confidence, but my confidence levels are way on a different level. I'm overconfident right now. There is no way I can lose.
The worry, of course, was that if Bobby Riggs' victory stood, it would undo what professional women tennis players had managed to gain, which is how it happened that on the night of September 20th, 1973, Billie Jean King took on Bobby Riggs at the Houston Astrodome.
Whenever Bobby had first asked me to play him in a tennis match, we had just started women's professional tennis, and it was a very hard time for us because we had no infrastructure yet, and we had to basically ask everybody to hold tennis matches, but nobody really wanted to because we were women, and it was hard already, so it's not like I wasn't proud of it or that I didn't have faith in myself, but it's just, what if I had lost? I think that it would have been bad. We would have gotten pushed down even further, and we don't need that right now because we had just barely started. Whenever I had first heard about Bobby and Margaret's match, I was actually very surprised because I really thought that he wasn't going to play anybody except for me. But whenever I had heard about it, I was in Japan at the time, which has to be a big deal because if a tennis match in America is heard in Japan, wow, that's crazy. So I heard that Bobby had beat Margaret 6-1 and 6-2. So I just had to play him. Who is this guy? I know he was good, but to beat somebody that much, that's hardcore. Whenever I got the chance to beat him, it made women proud, and it brought us from someplace so low to someplace so high because it proves that women can play professional tennis, and that's amazing because we finally proved something to men like Bobby Riggs.
Billie Jean King's victory over Bobby Riggs was an important event in the history of fighting for sex equality because it showed women's capability of being equal to men's physical capabilities.